in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. This fielded at the 2. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Nice play, baby.
The loss of 3 on that first down pass play, now second and 13. On second down, here's Jackson. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one, hence the decline.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long?
Here we go now.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Morgan Burnett. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Crabtree, the intended receiver.
Let's go. Show that bench release and go. Snickers, you got to spin. Watch safety. Watch that. These two. 16.
After the interception, here's Roethlisberger. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. It's Roethlisberger once more. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers a first.
Hurry up, let's go. 4 down. 77. Focus.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. Room here to run. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more on that one and another first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
You got four. Quarter. Go. Monday.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
Hey, all right, let's go. AB. Monday.
A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And the pressure gets to him again.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger.
Jack 16. Focus. Solid, 5 down.
Now Roethlisberger to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league.
All right, here we go.
So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Now Jackson on 2nd down. They'll roll him out right. And now a fumble. The ball's out, and it looks like Steeler football. It is.
I know that taking care of the football is something that's drummed into every guy who plays this position, no matter what, whether he's running it, in the pocket, out of the pocket. But it's almost surprising to me that there aren't more fumbles by that position because of the way that they get attacked on each and every play.
Yeah, well, he had the fumble last week. Now here's 2 weeks in a row with a fumble loss.
Concentration has got to be there, and he's got to understand how much time he has to take care of a play. And maybe his clock is off just a little bit.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10.
No spacing.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Roethlisberger. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Michael Bannon in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
4 down. Black, what's that? 8.
On 2nd down, here's Roethlisberger. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Black, what's that? 8.
On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 31.
Squirrel!
They'll throw on 1st down with Roethlisberger. And he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 9 yards. And it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Go.
To throw again is Roethlisberger. This is caught. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6.
Let's go now. Let's go. Double tight. Foul. Go, guys. Snickers, 66.
He'll try and run it in with Bell. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Steelers are able to strike for 6. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now here come the Ravens. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2. second down. Jackson. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now their quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs.
Gone! Now let's go! 3-19!
On 3rd down, Jackson to the right side and complete to Hurst. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Leopard!
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's a Johnny. And he's brought down. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
All right, now, lucky 56. Now let's go. Blue 90. Gone.
They'll throw on first down to Jackson. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down. Kamale Correa in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Gone. Here we go. Green 56.
They go play action with Jackson. And the hit jarred loose. It's incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Detroit! All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit!
From the gun on 3rd down, Jackson. Well, he's caught on his sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th.
And that's a crusher right there. Had his man open for a first down, threw a fastball. When that wasn't necessary, incomplete pass. When are these quarterbacks going to learn? You don't get extra points for how hard you throw the football.
This is taken around the 12. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Steelers are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number one in their conference.
Solid, 5 down.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And he'll lose yardage on this one, back to the 13. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Play action. It's Roethlisberger. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We're back to Baltimore after this. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now it's Roethlisberger. And an alley to run. Scrambling, not particularly a Roethlisberger strong suit, but he does get the job done there and gets a first. Big Ben, with his size, sometimes it still surprises me when he can dance for a first.
He's the preeminent quarterback at taking contact, shedding it, and turning it into a big play. You know what they say about him? It's not the first 3 seconds of the play that you worry about with him. It's the next 3. Takes the hit, and now he creates a big one.
Being chased out left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With the 7-0 lead, more apt to take a shot like that downfield?
Hey, you're one to the good. Go ahead and try and press your advantage.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
3 down, 3 down. 91 is the mic. Monday. Lighten up. Pull together.
They go play action with Roethlisberger. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And the Steelers on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. On 4th down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The last couple of drives have ended in punts. Maybe the crowd minds that, but you're a defensive guy. You're okay with a couple of punt drives.
Listen, I'm the guy that loves a 0-0 pitch game. All right, in baseball, I can handle that going into the 7th inning. I think the crowd, though, they want to see a little bit more excitement. Let's see if someone can break something free on offense and get going.
Offense at a premium the last 2 drives. Jackson on first down. Completes it to Ajayi. And one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and short.
Lucky 56.
From the gun, it's Jackson. Caught left side to Crabtree. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down.
Detroit! Detroit!
Throwing now, Jackson on first down. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Gone! Detroit! Detroit! Hurry up, here we go!
Now a play fake here on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. No gain, and it's second down. The Ravens moving quickly here as the clock runs. From midfield now, here's Jackson. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this one is no good. He missed it. So we've reached halftime here with the visiting Steelers out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Trey McBride now to return. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. And failing to run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Stings. The middle.
And they'll keep it on the ground with Bell. And he's brought down. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Show that bench release and go. Got three down. Eat these two. Kill. 22 and 44.
So that'll back him up 5.
Check the backer.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
Focus. Focus. Watch seven. Like I said.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Let's go! Double.
Off the play fake. Here's Roethlisberger. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And the Steelers on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. Flag comes in. This might be a free play. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And this is caught. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Extra point now by Boswell. Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 14-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Here we go Detroit, now. Detroit! Blue 90! Detroit!
On second down, here's Jackson. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Gone! Blue 90! Detroit! Blue 90!
Now Jackson on 1st down. Looking for Fitzgerald, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Bell. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Let's go. Alert! 3 down. Go! Monday. Watch the twin. Jack 16.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Roethlisberger. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
Snickers, you got to spin. Kings.
Out of the gun, it's Roethlisberger. He gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Roethlisberger now just 7 of 15 so far, but he's got a 1st and 10.
These two. All right, let's go. These two.
Now a 1st down carry by Bell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hurry up, let's go. Quarter.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. That's complete. It's Bell.
Here we go.
They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Brandon, sometimes we give a lot of these running backs credit for being good receivers, and all they catch are swings and screens. Le'Veon Bell's a full member of the passing game for the Pittsburgh Steelers, whether he's split out of the backfield or not.
Well, no doubt he can catch it, coming off a career-high 85 receptions in 2017. Now Roethlisberger to throw. Goes underneath for Bell. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That goes for a gain of 31.
So what's the old expression that quarterbacks like to use when they decide to throw the football? I'm looking for either a touchdown or a check down. And he took the check down on that play, and it worked almost to perfection.
Let's go.
Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Hey.
All right, let's go.
We got 4 down.
From the gun, it's Roethlisberger. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Antonio Brown, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and it's now 21-0. Boswell on now to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the inline. And the Ravens taking the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Now, the first play of the drive there is incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. And Nelson's got it here right side. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. Nelson's first catch. Good for a 1st down.
If he's their best threat on offense, use your #1 cover guy on defense. It doesn't matter about size.
They have had him locked up. That just his first catch of the game. Big reason why they're down. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Detroit! 19!
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
Now it's Jackson. Drops it off to Ajayi. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They run with Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a pickup of 11 at a Baltimore first down.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. That's a nice move by Ajayi. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 10 more there and another first down.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Man open left side. It's Williams. And he'll go down at the 28. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
4 down. Leopard!
Now it's Ajayi. And he's got room. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They have a first and 10 at the 18.
3 down. All right, here we go. 3-19. Detroit. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. And that's incomplete. T.J. Watt, first-round pick a year ago there defensively for Pittsburgh.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10.
Gone! Now let's go!
Jackson now on second and 10. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now second and goal.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'll be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
From the 2 now, second and goal.
3 down.
Here's a run with Balaj. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up an interesting third and goal. Well, they've been so good on third down all day long. Can they convert another here on third and goal? Here's Ajayi. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now fourth down and goal. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So that's one you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped, or someone got a hand on it, then I can understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially for an NFL kicker.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Open man right side is Smith-Schuster, complete. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first. Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Marlon Humphrey with the tackle defensively. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this.
Let's go now. Let's go. Let's go.
Check six guys.
Take both of them. Watch the screen.
They'll go again with Bell. Pushes him over. The ball comes out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Now, I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not their friend.
Yeah, exactly right. I actually played for a guy in college. You know what his name is sideline? Sammy. Sammy sideline, and use him well.
Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a fourth down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Jordan Berry now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Gone!
Now Jackson on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And he's in for 6 and a Steeler touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And that makes the score 28-0. This fielded at the 2. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Gone!
Tight end's right.
Leopard!
2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. Forced out to his left. And And he lost the football. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the fourth quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all the day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Here we go. Double. Double bump. Four down. Check.
Roethlisberger going to throw it. Going top shelf for Smith-Schuster. And they went for a big play through the air on second down. Couldn't connect. Now it's third. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
So a jump there defensively.
It's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Even after the penalty, still a full 7 yards to go on third down. Now contact up front as penalty markers come in. Who is this against? A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
And the penalty makes this a much more manageable third down, 3rd and 2. Maybe a free play now for Roethlisberger. And this is caught for a touchdown. We'll check the flag, but it looked like a clear offsides, and it should stand. And yes, they want the points, so they will decline the penalty, no question there.
You don't think they spent a couple of seconds mulling over what the penalty
I don't
would do
even
for
know
them?
why they asked the sideline.
Not at all. When you put the ball in the end zone on a takeaway, take the points and keep moving.
Boswell good with the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. Boswell on now to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today, coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as he'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock.
Detroit! Move!
On second down, Jackson on the move to his left. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit, because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Steps away to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him, so I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
All right, now, lucky 56.
Single. Watch 81, fella.
Gun! 319! Detroit! 319! All right, now, lucky 56.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. He's going to let it fly. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
All right, now, lucky 56. Grab, here we go. 56. Green, 56. Green, 56.
They go play action with Jackson, rolling to his right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out.
Now let's go.
One last shot for Jackson. Now a desperation throw deep down. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by the former first-rounder Artie Burns. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. The storyline of this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent,